Welcome, Beammonsters fans. We are in the Sunshine State as Orlando, Florida is getting ready for the third round of Stadium Championship Series East. I'm your host, FrameJam, also known as Chance, and last round of Series East, we saw Mike Pagarulo take home the overall event victory. He's going to have to show us all guts and glory out here tonight. I'm here once again with my co-host, JT Starks. How you doing, JT?
I'm doing really good. The last time we were commentating for East, we saw a lot of crazy action. Mike Pagarulo won freestyle at what cost, though? He had a wicked crash at the end of his freestyle run, but it netted him the overall event victory by, obviously not even 1 point. He tied Tristan England 31 points apiece at the end of the night, but him winning freestyle is what got him that, victory at the end. But hopefully that truck's at 110% going into his hometown show here tonight.
It is a Pags. Usually they get those trucks back in tip-top shape as much as they can. So we're going to see what Mike can do out here tonight. But here as we see our lineup for here tonight. Now, something I will want to point out is that Gravedigger logo is a bit different. What do you think about that, Josh?
It's going to be a Orlando, Florida exclusive. We got the Gravedigger Fire and Ice body out here, the split body. So Adam Anderson's going to want to, make sure that truck's in the winner's circle at the end of the night.
As you can see, then the rest of the lineup is just about the same. We got MJ Solorio and Eltoro celebrating 25 years of that crazy bull. Some strong suits to keep an eye out here for tonight. I think Camden Murphy's going to throw down here in freestyle tonight, hopefully. Tristan England, I think, might have a chance in skills.
There's definitely a lot of notable drivers in this lineup we've seen progress throughout the season. Tony Oates being one of them, pulling out a wicked move in Indianapolis a few stops ago. Cody Sose, who hasn't been in the winner's circle in quite some time, is looking to get some attention on that Monster Energy truck. And, Cole Stevens, he's been around there a little bit, but he's looking to get some eyes on that Thunderroarus.
I think Matt Cody's going to want to come out here with a vengeance, having a bit of trouble the past couple weeks, so he's going to come out here and hopefully burn it down. Starting us off, speaking of which, it is Matt Cody, Beammonsters.
And his opponent in round one, I just spoke of him as well, Cole Stevens and Thunderroarus. It's funny that we were just talking about both these drivers and other facing in the first race of round number one, Chance, but, only one winner can advance into this racing bracket, so it's going to be a very tough task for both of them. Colt's been pretty solid in racing, but Matt Cody just hasn't had his opportunity yet.
That's true. Colt has a racing win under his belt during this season. Matt Cody having a bit of trouble, like I just said in the past few shows, so he's going to come out here with a vengeance, hopefully, and see. Let's see who takes it here tonight.
Off the line, Matt Cody smooth out the berm. Cole looking to have a little bit of issue. Matt Cody slinging it in there, clipping the A-tack a bit.
Clips the jump there a bit. Let's see if he can catch up as Colt takes that turn.
Race.
Look out, Colt.
A little too tight.
Colt takes
Matt Cody gets the victory.
And Matt Cody will win the race. That's a slow down there. Almost slides into the containers, but keeps it under control.
Impressive victory. I'm pretty sure that's his first racing victory on the year, race win, so congrats to him.
Coming out here for the second race of tonight, it's Mike Pagarulo, Excalibur.
And his opponent, representing Lucas Oil Products, Cynthia Gautier, Lucas Stabilizer. Don't put shame on Cynthia here. She's been very solid throughout all competitions in this season. And I'm just waiting for her moment to shine. She's just going to get it at one point. I have a feeling that she's just going to get something here tonight.
Something too is Mike's not very known for racing, but he could pull a trick out of his hat every now and then. So let's see what it comes down to here tonight. Both drivers take the turns nice.
Mike looking a little lost in the marbles, but Mike with a nice hefty lead.
So far.
Bobble though.
Let's see. Both drivers looking even.
Mike slaying it out. Oh, he's reached
sideways. That will be Mike Pagarulo crab walking across the line. It looks like he had a bit of a rear steer issue at the very end there. So you can see his rear steer looks to be locked up.
Truck shot off over there right by the parking stalls for safety purposes, you know, hopefully to get that truck moved into the tunnel properly. But you can see right here, this rear steer just hung for some reason. You know, I don't really know what's going to happen there. Maybe we can get a little bit of a diagnosis on that later. But you can see right here, Cynthia trying to make a little bit of a comeback, but her rear steer kicked out there too. Interesting.
Maybe she accidentally flicked it while she was trying to take the turn with her wheel, getting straight and backed out. Who knows? But Mike Pag will be moving on if he can get that rear steer fixed. Coming out here next, another Pagarillo, Matt Pagarillo in Jester.
And his opponent, a tall task that no man wants to face, Adam Anderson in Gravedigger, Fire and Ice.
Beautiful looking truck, first time seeing out here tonight. Kind of crazy seeing it out here tonight. Usually Jam has that as a display truck, but tonight it's here running in Orlando. We're gonna see who takes it here tonight. Matt, again, the Pags aren't really known for their racing, but sometimes they can surprise us. Like the last race, we'll see if Matt can pull something out. But Adam has a strong lead right now.
Matt can have some issues right now. It doesn't even look like a fair race. I think Matt just having, you know, a little bit of steering issues or what have you, but Adam Anderson will take the win with ease.
It'll be all Adam Anderson. Tough luck for Matt Pag. Like you said, looks like he had a little bit of a trouble with his truck. Obviously something going on with the truck, so we'll have to see what goes on. We'll see him back out here in skills. Coming out here next is Jamie Sullivan, Sparkle Smash.
And her opponent, Tony Oakes in Viper.
Last time we saw this truck, it did not have a body on it as it rolled over in practice, but Beammonsters has gotten another body on that truck, looking beautiful as ever. So we're going to be able to see Tony soar that airplane once again.
Love to see it, you know, that we got the financial backing back in order with that body at least. You know, it was quite the unexpected tumble in practice. You know, you really don't want to hurt the truck in that kind of scenario, but you know, when you have one body, you kind of just have no choice but to go by the truck's rules at this point. But Jamie holding strong right here.
For surprise, can Tony make a comeback?
Ooh,
oh,
really
man.
close race.
That was a close race. That might have been Jamie. We'll have to see. Oh, yep, and it is. The officials called it. It is Jamie Sullivan taking the racing that win, as we can see here in the replay, by half a truck. It's a little hard to see in full speed, but in slow motion, it's a little easier to see there, as she did take it by half a truck. Coming out here next, last week's racing winner, Tristan England, JCB Digatron.
And you're seeing him for the second time here tonight, Matt Cody in Beammonsters. Now, I will say here, Matt Cody finally getting a racing victory on the air. Not victory, but, you know, his first win on the season, you know, as far as getting past the round. But, you know, the guy's got to go through JCB Digatron and Tristan England. You know, the guy just won racing last event for this tour. So that's alone is going to be very intimidating for him, I'm sure.
Most definitely. This is definitely going to be a tough cookie to crumble for Matt here. So unless we have a Kevin Crocker moment, we might be seeing Tristan moving on. But I do not have doubt in Matt, as he was able to pass the first race he had here tonight.
Oh,
look out, Matt off the track! Look out, keeps it together, thankfully. Does not end up in the wall. But that will all go to Tristan England, as Matt gets a 5 and also just goes completely off the track. Tristan will be moving on. Tough luck for Matt Cody.
Very tough luck, but, you know, at that point, you know, he was going for it all, and he had no choice but to leave it on the line.
Coming back from the second race is Mike Pagarillo, Excalibur.
Hopefully this truck is back at 110%. You know, he had his rear steer hanging right there in the last race, but he's got to go up against Cody Saucier and Monster Energy. And this guy's made it to the final round so far this season, but hasn't been since Indianapolis. So, you know, we'll see what happens here.
Cody Saucier, known to be a really good racer Matt Pag having a bit of a surprise from us a little bit earlier, taking a win in racing. So we're going to see if he can go here again. Hopefully his rear steer is fixed today. As soon as we find out, they're both off.
Mike Pag pretty even with Cody right now, maybe with a bit of an advantage, but Cody with the speed.
We saw last time Matt Pag lost his rear steer on that landing. Cody Sose gets caught up! Mike Pag!
That was a cult moment.
Will move on. Look out, Cody.
Cody Sose getting lost in the marbles in that last corner. You know, the same corner that bit up Colt Stevens. So, you know, at least he's not the only driver to get bit up by that.
Coming up here next, it's Adam Anderson, Gravedigger, Fire and Ice.
And classes in session with Camden Murphy, Classroom Crusher.
Last time we saw Camden Murphy in the final round in St. Louis. Let's see if he can come back here again, taking on Adam Anderson.
Adam Anderson haven't been the racer he wants to be this season. You know, he's been lackluster in some departments, but you know, ultimately maybe it's just him trying to get used to this truck again. But we'll see what happens here in this race. So far, it looks like he has quite the advantage on him.
Both drivers drifting around these corners. Camden slings it down to the finals line.
Oh!
That might be too close to call. We're going to wait for the official call. Unless we go to a replay. And we will. And we will see Camden Murphy takes it by a tire.
That was a race and a half. You know, Adam Anderson can't be ashamed at all. You know, Camden just took a better corner in that last corner, and, you know, that just netted him the win.
Coming up next, celebrating 25 years of that crazy bull, MJ Celorio, Eltoro Loco Yellow.
And you saw her in round number 1, advancing on Jamie Sullivan, Sparkle Smash.
You know, Jamie with the upset in that first race. Let's see if she can keep the flow going here tonight. Now, MJ is also known to be a decent racer. So we're going to see. This might be a pretty even matchup. Let's see.
Both drivers with arena backgrounds, so they're very even in some departments. I feel like they're just getting used to the stadium exposure, and it's showing right here in this race. They're still pretty even. Oh, MJ!
It's caught up!
Right as I say that, I might have just jinxed him a little bit.
So he can make it up in the final turn. That he will not. Jamie Sullivan will move on.
Having an impressive racing night here tonight.
Kind of wild seeing Jamie move on with the upset, but good going for her. We'll see her in the semifinals. Coming up first in the semifinals is Tristan England, JCB Digatron.
Taking on the Florida native, Mike Pagliarulo, Excalibur. And I would like to note, Chance, something real quick. We have 2 Florida natives in the semifinal round. We have Mike Pag taking on Tristan England, and Jamie Sullivan from Christmas, Florida, in Sparkle Smash taking on the racer next race. I can't remember why, for some reason. Camden Murphy. See how sad that I can't remember Camden Murphy right now.
That's all good, as both drivers are off. Let's see if Mike can take home, come back in the finals. So you can take down Tristan. Tristan with the lead right now. Mike Pag with a little bit of a big jump there. Tristan slings it in there, and it's going to be Tristan England. Mike Pag looks like he's having rear steer issues again. That might be a reoccurring theme here tonight. Hopefully he can get that fixed for skills and freestyle.
That is definitely an issue you do not want to have continuously happen to you, especially in key moments like freestyle.
Coming up for a second semifinal race, it's Camden Murphy, Classroom Crusher.
Taking on Christmas, Florida native Jamie Sullivan, Sparkle Smash.
You know, as we've seen, Jamie Sullivan having a lot of upsets here tonight. Coming home. Let's see if she can make it to the final round against Tristan England. But Camden Murphy's also not one to take down to the count. But let's see who's going to take it here tonight. Who do you think is going to take it, Josh?
You know, honestly, and I got to put some respect on Camden's name. You know, I can't believe that I kind of just glazed past the fact that he is racing Jamie. You know, he's just been having an interesting season so far as well. You know, but for him, you know, he's just trying to get some redemption. So I'm going to have to go with Camden right now as he's having somewhat of a lead.
Both drivers looking
actually pretty even
right
going
now.
over.
It's down to this final turn.
Jamie keeping it in there.
And it comes to the line. That will be Camden Murphy, Classroom Crusher.
Still a lot closer than I expected to get out of Jamie, but Camden Murphy will take on Tristan England once again in the final round.
As you said, we saw the same matchup last week in St. Louis. Who do you think is going to take it here tonight, Josh? We got Tristan England and JCB Digatron taking on Camden Murphy and Classroom Crusher. Both great racers. Who do you think is going to take it?
I don't know, Chance. It's hard to really say. You know, Camden has just really been on point in racing when it comes down to high pressure moments. You know, and at least right now he's looking to redeem himself from St. Louis because, you know, he's been on par in racing.
Coming up first is Tristan England and JCB Digatron, your last week's racing winner. Can he take it home again here tonight?
But the guy looking to take it away from him is Camden Murphy, Classroom Crusher. Both these drivers arguably the future of monster trucks in the Monster Jam world, at least. And, you know, when it comes down to races like this, it almost feels like that high-pressure Gravedigger Max D moment where you really want both drivers to succeed, but only one can win.
That's very true, as both drivers are pretty even right now. Coming down across that middle line.
They're racing their hearts out right now. It's even!
It's even across the line, down to the final turn. Tristan getting a little
Tristan's
bouncy.
trunk is bobbly.
And it's all going to be Camden Murphy, Classroom Crusher, taking home your racing win here tonight in Orlando.
I'd argue that Tristan just couldn't get that truck to settle a little bit better. He might have had a little bit of a closer race at the end, but, you know, right now it doesn't even matter how he ended up winning, but he did it. Camden Murphy, congratulations.
Taking the racing win from last week's winner. See if he can keep the streak going.
Standing tall.
Parking on top of the pod as he will get the first 12 points of the night. Looking over to take over the overall event championship.
Camden Murphy yet to win an overall event championship this season, so far a strong start in that direction. And as you can see right here with our quick bracket breakdown from racing, Camden Murphy marching his way through the hallway in the racing bracket to the racing victory, beating last week's racing winner Tristan England. And I know he's very happy to keep that momentum going into the skills challenge. You know, and right now we're going to get into that competition before we meet halftime.
Coming out first for the skills competition is Colt Stevens, Thunderroarus.
See what Colt can do here tonight. Losing to Matt Cody in the first race of round number 1, so you know he's hoping to put some points on the board. And he's going right for it.
Couldn't quite get it. Looks like he's trying to go for a bicycle there. Couldn't quite get it. They're gonna count it as a fail and let him go again.
Get a readjustment, hopefully get that nice momentum into it.
Oh, get it, Colt!
A little bit. Oh, and a hard tumble into the side of that hill. And I don't know if that's going to score well with the fans, but a nice moment, I guess, as well.
First truck out here tonight getting a 4.704. Be your current leader for Colt Stevens, Thunderroarus. Takes a tumble like last week, had a similar incident.
And coming up next from Maribel, Quebec, Canada, Cynthia Gauthier, Lucas Stabilizer.
last week, having a decent skills move, taking a big fat donut on top of the pod. Let's see if what she's gonna do here tonight. Lines up for a sky wheelie.
Go right for it. Huge sky wheelie.
Just goes straight
onto the
for
pod.
it. No time to talk. Score to beat a 4.704 from Colt Stevens. What will that take? Getting straight into it. A new leader of 5.774 for Cynthia Gauthier.
Nice quick sky wheelie to get the fans' blood pressure going for freestyle, just to give them a quick sneak peek of what that truck can do.
Coming out here third for skills, it's Matt Pagarillo, Jester.
I feel like we're just marching through the skills bracket right now. You know, it's kind of funny. We're already 3 trucks in. But at the same time, you know, not high scores to go with so far. So Matt, if he puts out a solid skills move, I think he would have a good chance of getting a high score, especially being in his home state.
That's very true. Matt's been practicing those skills moves. So we're going to see what he can do out here tonight. Hopefully he can take the lead for now. Like you said, in his home state. As everyone else is trying to speedrun skills, Matt's coming out here looking for something to line up next to.
Taking the slow roll approach. Maybe trying to collect his thoughts to see what he can hit. You know, Colt going with the bicycle, you know, that's always a great move if you're able to land it. But Colt being unsuccessful in the last 2 events, you know, I wonder what he's going to be thinking about going into the next event. But Matt with a stoppie attempt.
Nice attempt from Matt. Sets it down. Nice little move from Matt. Will be enough to take the lead.
A quick little stoppie. Was able to find reverse and ride it over back on top. It will not take the lead.
Will not. A 5.032. That'll be enough for second place.
Still a strong move, but there's still a lot of competition left. And speaking of strong competition, this is the flyest bird in the sky, Tony Oaks in Viper.
Let's see what Viper can come out here and do tonight. He's pretty decent at skills. Let's see what he can do. As he's taxing the jet out there.
Tony not really getting a strong skills move last event. You know, he's normally very strong in skills. But, you know, at the same time, the track conditions could also play into effect. You know, he did get 3rd in Indianapolis and then fell short. I believe he got about 8th or 9th in St. Louis. So he's looking for some redemption here.
Oh, a bit slippery.
Right as I say that.
Are they going to deem him a fail? I think they are. We do not see the score to beat. So he's gonna come back around and do it again. Hopefully he can get a little bit of a better move this time.
And again, when you're coming into these moves so blind to other drivers, you know, again, we've seen a lot of different maneuvers from each driver, so it's kind of hard to gauge what works and what doesn't.
Here we go.
And here we go, able to finally get the maneuver flying through the gears.
Keeps her up, tips the nose.
Slap walks it a little bit.
Nice
That was nice.
From Tony Oaks. Score to beat a 5.774. I'm going to take a guess, and that might be taking the lead for right now. And it will. A 7.629 from Tony Oaks in Viper.
A strong score, but still very beatable. You know, again, this track conditions play into effect, so we'll see if it affects anyone else here tonight.
Coming out here next, Matt Cody, Beammonsters.
Matt Cody looking to put on a performance and skills. You know, the last few events has been trying a specific maneuver off of that wheelie jammer pod maneuver. You know, trying to pop a wheelie into a stoppie. But, you know, I believe Indianapolis was the closest that he's gotten to a full successful attempt. So hopefully tonight he can get some good luck with that truck.
Looks like he's going to be going for that same iconic move he's been trying all season. Like you said, Indianapolis was his best trick at it. Last week he fell a little short. Let's see what he can do here today. He lines up for it. Gets it.
Oh, a little bit of a high sky wheelie. I don't know if they're going to deem that a fail.
Last week he had it did not deem it as a fail. It seems like this week they will.
Okay, here we go. So maybe a little bit more leeway on the aspect of trying to get the maneuver down, but you know, it's hard to gauge it when this ramp seems a little bit steeper than last week.
It's very true. Matt Cody trying a very technical move here, a very difficult technical move here. If he can get it. Pops a wheelie.
Attempt at it.
Oh, too slick. Tough luck for Matt Cody once again.
And we're seeing the slickness effect that Tony Oaks had in the first attempt off of that big hill. And it will not be enough. A 4.859 will be 4th place for Matt Cody here so far in skills. But again, still trying to get that move perfected. And I feel like he's going to bring it out one day with a cool little moment. And making his way to the track next, our racing winner here tonight in Orlando, Florida, Camden Murphy, Classroom Crusher.
Camden's going to have to come out here and come out with a strong skills hit if he's going to want to keep that overall event champion. His overall points be pretty strong here tonight. Let's see what he can do. Last few times,
Camden notably strong. Oh, my bad.
Oh, you're good. Last few times we did see him, he has been going off the step up. So let's see what he can do. Looks like he's going for the same move.
Notably strong in the skills competition. You see, last time in St. Louis, he had a very solid maneuver, riding it all the way down the pod, and he's looking to hold it strong here as well.
Backs it up. Can he back it up over the step up? Yes, he will. Perfect balance. Brings it back.
Sets it down.
Will that be enough for the lead? Score to be a 7.629. And it will. An 8.843. Your new leader, Camden Murphy, Classroom Crusher.
A very strong maneuver, very clean. Didn't hurt the truck, but it was also very technical as well. You don't really see moves like that and get high scores.
Coming out here next, someone who's also very technical at skills. It's Tristan England, JCB Digatron.
I argue that Tristan's strong suit in the competitions is skills, picking up probably the most skills victories out of anybody, but this season he's been rather quiet. I mean, he's been up there in the placements, but hasn't had that moment where he picked up a victory yet in this competition. But he's still holding his own and collecting points when he can, so hopefully he can get out a good maneuver.
Like I said, if we can come out here and get out a good maneuver, line up for the same thing that looks like Matt did. See what he can get. Pops it.
Getting a nice pop.
Brings it up, bouncing it on the top of that pod. Save it, Tristan!
Uh-oh! Whoa!
Oh, brings it back! Score to beat 8.843. The hood just said goodbye. Had to get hats off for Tristan England. Let's see if that'll take the lead.
That was a great save.
It will not. An 8.682 for Tristan England. That'll be enough for second place. Granted, I thought that'd be first, but the fans said otherwise. Here's we move on tonight.
No shame in that. No shame in that at all. And coming up next, from Deltona, Florida, Mike Pagliarulo, Excalibur.
Last week's skills winner. Let's see if he can come out here and keep a streak going. Mike, pretty decent at skills.
I'd argue Mike has been having the better skills seasons he's ever had. Pulling out pretty cool maneuvers like the slap walk pretty consistently, so hopefully he's able to replicate something to that fashion.
Like he's lining up for something here. Trying the other side of the ramp possibly. Wants to make sure he's straight with that ramp. Goes for something.
And he gets it nicely.
Walking it out. Is he going to walk it back? Tries to pop it.
Oh! That was pretty cool, but definitely could have hurt the truck in some manner. He was, a little bit more on the throttle, but so far the truck seems to be in good condition.
Not quite enough for the lead. That'll be at 8.254. That'll be good enough for third place.
A strong score, nonetheless. It's still a strong maneuver, but not enough for the top spot.
Coming out here next, Jamie Sullivan, Sparkle Smash.
Jimmy with a strong racing night here tonight. Made it really far in the bracket, semifinal racing bracket. Is nothing to be ashamed of, especially when you're facing really tough racing competitors. You know, Chance, I tell you what, Adam Anderson, strong racer, Tristan England, strong racer, Camden Murphy, Cole on a good night. You know, I mean, there's just too many drivers to work with.
You know, she really did step her way down that racing bracket all the way to the semifinals. But like you said, she's going to have to keep that momentum going. Goes for the stoppie. Similar to what Mike did. Let's see what she can do.
Nice control.
Deep in it. Can she walk it up? Bring it up, Jamie. Bring it. Oh!
The truck slid out on the top of the ramp. But still a nice move.
Track's a little slick out here tonight. A lot of drivers having a little bit of trouble in skills. That'll be enough for third place in 8.393.
Still going to be strong for overall, but hopefully it holds strong as we have a couple of trucks left. And coming up next from Lafayette, Louisiana, Cody Saucier, Monster Energy.
There's another guy with another skills win under his belt, taking it home in Indianapolis. See what he can do out here tonight. Last week we saw him try the same thing that Matt has been trying. Looks like he might be trying it again. He lines up. He's gonna
be able to
see what he goes.
Get it.
Oh no!
Oh. Not enough momentum going into the move.
Tries to ride something out after it, but just couldn't quite get it.
Yeah, I know Cody's frustrated. Look at him showing off that frustration right there. Yeah, that's a low score.
2.923. That'll be enough for 10th place. Tough luck for Cody Saucier. Everyone's having trouble with that same move. But coming out here next, it's Adam Anderson, Gravedigger Fire and Ice.
Adam Anderson coming out here in the skills challenge. Notably been one of the stronger competitors in this competition. You know, in Indianapolis, tried something a little bit different with the bicycle. Didn't really go his way, but ever since then, you know, he's been inching at the bit. So hopefully he can put down a good maneuver here.
Very true. Probably wanted to keep it plain and safe. Just to get a nice skill score up on the board. See as he lines up for something here. Looks like he's going to try and pop it off the backflip ramp. Coming out here second to last for skills. He's going to have to really show up.
Going for the notable tombstone maybe here. Or the maximum moonwalk. Looks like he's going for the maximum moonwalk.
As he lines it up.
And he gets it.
Nice.
Oh!
Almost touches a body, but keeps it clean.
And now Adam's got it nice and controlled. Flicking the rear steer.
Fans.
Can teach an old dog new tricks, and it's showing right now.
Keep it up, Adam.
Nice control.
Keeping it together. Tries to slap it. Couldn't quite get it. That's all right.
Slid out a little bit from underneath him, but that is all right. Definitely had a good maneuver.
Get a good score up on the board. Will it take lead? It will not. An 8.737. That'll be enough for second place.
Definitely might have hurt him when he didn't get that slap walk, but in my opinion, had the nicest control out of anybody so far here when it came to the moonwalk or stoppy aspect of things. But you can see right there, the truck just slid out a little bit too much, but you still got one truck left. And that last truck celebrating 25 years of that crazy bull, MJ Solorio, Eltoro Loco Yellow.
Coming out here, last competitor out here in skills. Comes from the arena background. Let's see what MJ can do out here tonight. Has had some decent skills moves in the past throughout the season. Let's see what he can do.
Definitely held his own so far this season. And again, you know, there's just so much competition on this tour that you kind of just get lost in the sauce, as they would say. But MJ, you know, again, you know, he has his highlights, and that's what counts in this industry, you know, having your highlights and moments, because that's what really shines through. Your accolades count, but putting on cool moments for the fans count better.
Nice stoppy combo!
An absolute combo right there. One of the first combos we've seen here tonight.
The smoke to the fans.
Oh, okay. I thought he's trying to maybe get it back into a stoppy, but sets it down.
Sets her down. Will be enough to beat the score. Let's find out. It will not. An 8.129. That'll be enough for 6th place. Very nice move from MJ Solorio, but not quite enough. That means your skills winner, Camden Murphy, Classroom Crusher.
You know, we're seeing his face a little too much here tonight. You know, he's 2 for 2 so far here. But no shame to Camden, you know, having a solid skills maneuver, running that moonwalk over the hill. You know, that's just one of his strong suits as well, as having that much control of a truck. You can see right here in the replay. His score held strong here tonight.
An 8.843 for Camden Murphy. Surprisingly, a strong score, like you said. No 9s out here tonight. He's going to have to keep this momentum going. You know, doubling down here tonight, as you can see, he's at the top of the leaderboard with a Gravedigger right behind him and Diggatron right underneath as we keep the momentum going. But we'll be back right after this intermission.
Some legends are told, some turn to dust or to gold, but you will remember me for centuries. Remember me for centuries.
Biggest event of the year, World Finals, coming to Salt Lake City for the first time ever. Don't miss all the skills, thrills,
Brings it back!
unbelievable wow moments.
Oh my God!
Oh no! Look out!
Remember me for centuries.
And we are back from intermission. As you've seen, we've been advertising Beammonsters World Finals coming later this fall, and I can't wait for that action to unfold as we crown 4 world champions. But before we can crown those 4 world champions, we have to finish the series. And before we can finish the series, we got to finish this event. We got Beammonsters Freestyle here in Orlando. And I can't wait for this. It's going to be an awesome chance.
Everybody get ready as our first competitor comes out here tonight for Beammonsters Freestyle. Matt Cody, representing the channel in Beammonsters. You know, we've seen this guy come out first quite a few times throughout the channel. Last time he came out first for every single competition. So he has a lot on his shoulders to carry out here tonight.
And you know, you would think a guy with so much composure behind the wheel, it's hard to really see him struggle as much as he's been. But, you know, again, you know, having so many stiff competitors like Camden Murphy and Tristan England, Adam Anderson, just to name a few, you know, you can't help but to get in your own head.
Hopefully here tonight he's got the butterflies out of his stomach and he's ready to throw down as we've got 2 big hits so far into the run. Let's keep it up. Hopefully he doesn't have any tough breakage like he did last week. Although last week, first hit, we saw him get a save.
Having a nice strong start. You know, again, like you said, hopefully he's able to keep that continuing. You know, again, it's hard to, you know, again, back him sometimes because when we do, you know, that's when the really bad moments come out. But I don't want to wish ill will on that right now because he's having a strong run.
You know, knock on wood, hopefully it's going to be a banger. One of his best runs of the season, hopefully. So far, so good. He makes it past the 30-second mark. He is eligible
and, you know,
for
you
a
say
score.
that, but that's kind of been the hardest. I was saying he's eligible for a score, but that's been the hardest part for him is getting past the
Oh,
first 30
look out!
seconds. Oh!
Keeps it together.
I was saying, don't keep that tradition going, man. We don't need that right now.
Every time we
Well,
talk
he's
good about
past
it,
that minute mark.
he tells us otherwise.
Right.
But he's
Oh,
been
nice.
doing good right now. Nice hit. Oh, keep it together.
You know, again, these ramps are so sharp and steep. You know, any wrong hit off of them will send you rolling.
Huge
Nice
air
guy,
from
Rudy.
the step up.
Oh!
Oh,
Save
look
it,
out,
Matt.
Matt. Save it. Save it.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Nice placement.
34 seconds left on the clock, and that will be it for Matt Cody. What an ending to the run. Cut short. Current leader in 8.168 for Matt Cody. Tough luck once again. This time in a very
I was just saying that. Yeah, the
way.
ramps are steep. Again, yeah, very obscure. You know, he's having those moments, but I was just saying the ramps are a little bit cut steep. Any wrong moment will, roll you over. I wouldn't say that was a wrong moment at all. It was a really nice sky wheelie hit. It just so happened that the room that he was dealt with wasn't enough.
Definitely just the way that it landed on the other side of that step up there.
Coming up next from Deltona, Florida, Matt Pagliarulo and Jester.
As we saw Matt Cody come out here with a burner of a run. A little bit of a sad ending. Hopefully Matt Pack can cheer things up.
From one Matt to the other.
That is very true. Two Matt. I didn't even realize that. Two Matt starting us off in freestyle. Nice little first jump there for Matt Pag.
Matt known to have some pretty wild moments in his freestyle runs, but again, he's one of those guys to build up. He wants to get a feel for the truck and the track. Any little moment like what you saw with Matt Cody could trip you up, so he's kind of just maybe try to prevent that. Save the big moments for later.
That's true. Matt likes to kind of build up his runs a little bit. Start off a little small and end up kind of going big towards the end.
He's having that kind of momentum and style right now. He's well past that 30-second mark, but hasn't had any in particularly big hits yet.
We just kind of want to preserve the truck, especially after last week. Probably saving the budget for Mike, honestly. Coming out here, nice little slap wheelie, nice move there from Matt.
That's what you like to see, a little bit of variation in old school tricks. A nice hit right there, but again, no big hits so far. We've seen Matt Cody come out and kind of just do some pretty big maneuvers, and you kind of just gotta keep your breath held at that point.
Going for a nice big donut from Matt Pag. Keep it up. Got 36 seconds left on the clock. Now hopefully we get to see something big here.
I'm just waiting for it. I feel like I'm itching for something cool, and we're hopefully gonna get something here.
Here we go. Lines up for the backflip. 23 seconds left on the clock. Gets it.
A nice backflip.
Let's send it, Matt. Built up the run,
Find that gear.
We've been building up the whole run. Send it, Matt.
And a little bit of a big send there, but nothing too wild.
Nothing too bad. Wanted to keep the truck together.
Oh, nice sky wheelie there. Nosediving it a little bit,
but keeps it together.
Definitely preserved throughout that freestyle run. Unfortunately, not having the big hits he would expect to have in a hometown show. But again, maybe he just wasn't comfortable with the truck at this given time. But you can see right there, the scores will reflect that. A 7.827.
Enough for second place for now. I was kind of thinking maybe he was just preserving the budget, the truck budget for Mike, because last week he had a bit of a tumble, and who knows what he'll do this week.
I agree. Hopefully, nothing to the extreme of what he did in St. Louis.
Coming out here next is Jamie Sullivan, Sparkle Smash.
From one Florida native to the other, we got quite the few here tonight. But Jamie, again, looking to show out in front of her family and friends here tonight. Having quite the performance, a solid skills, and a really solid performance in racing. So hopefully freestyle carries that.
She does have a chance at the overall if she gets a good freestyle score. We'll see what she can do out here tonight. Starting off small and conservative. Wanting to keep the truck safe. While I get past the 30 seconds.
And that's what you kind of have to do, especially in big moments at this point. Especially like you said, she's in contention for overall, so you kind of have to take what you can when you can. You don't want to go out there guns blazing like what Matt Cody did, but you also don't want to be caught up what Matt Pagliarulo did either. It's finding that fine line. but it's really hard, especially when you're the third truck out.
You know, we really had both sides of the extreme come out here tonight, so we're going to have to find a middle ground. Hopefully Jamie Sullivan can bring that out.
And we're seeing it so far. She's collectively building her hits. Nice air right there.
Nice little hit into a slap wheelie.
You know, not having the momentum aspect that Matt Cody's having, but not doing exactly what Matt Pagliarulo was doing. You know, he was I was just waiting for that moment from him. Oh, and here we go!
Nice stop. He finds reverse.
And that skills maneuver coming out.
Nice.
You know, that's what you like to see.
From Jamie Sullivan.
Now we're just waiting for some bigger hits. Here we go.
Just as you say it. Nice little leap there. 40 seconds left on the clock. Looks like she's probably racing over to the backflip ramp.
Indeed she is. She knows that the last 30 seconds matter the most. This is where the fans are anticipating the best out of you. Here we go. Morgan to Morgan. Backflip landed. Now girl, go girl, send it.
Let's go, Jamie. Go, go, go.
There she goes, nailing that hit. Getting caught up a little bit there.
Get 2 more big hits in Jamie.
Final 10. 1-2 shift.
Oh, yeah.
Huge air.
Keeps it up. 7 seconds. Keeps it together.
Okay.
Oh, to a bicycle. Oh.
Tries to save it on the sidewalls, but the truck just tipping over a little bit too much. But that was a strong run, filling time for the first time here tonight. Well, aside from Matt Pag, but with the full backflip in there.
It'll be a new leader in 8.777, hitting the jackpot here tonight for Jamie Sullivan.
I meant to add on to this statement, but definitely having a little bit more than what Matt Pag did. You know, he did fill the run, but she had quite a few more wild moments than, you know, Matt Cody as well. So, you know, I kind of just played favor here tonight. And coming up next, celebrating 25 years of that crazy bull, MJ Solorio, Eltoro Loco Yellow.
We've seen MJ out here a couple times before throughout the season. Had some decent freestyles throughout the season, so we're going to see what he can do. Come out here tonight, blowing the smoke for the fans.
Looking to finally clinch a victory. And I argue, you know, aside from the skills competition, this is probably the best way that MJ Solorio could pick up a victory. You know, racing has just been really hard for him, and I'm not saying he's a bad racer at all. But, you know, again, when you have so many talented racers in such a stiff lineup like this, you know, it's really kind of just waiting for someone to mess up to get your chance to shine. But everything else, MJ Solorio has just been excelling in.
Just a little bit of a donkey kick there, bringing it around. Nice momentum so far for MJ Solorio. Like I said, if this is a competition to win, it's going to be this. You have to come out here swinging, though. Oh, gets a little crooked there.
No, I think I see the truck.
You can see it
broken.
Oh yeah, 4-link is definitely dangling there. Tech officials do
I don't know
not
if the
see it yet.
have seen it yet.
We gotta shut the truck off for the safety.
Yeah, you can hear that truck just hanging a little bit more than what you would want.
Yeah, they finally shut him off. Told him he's done. Sadly, 63 seconds left on the clock. That will most likely not be enough to beat this current score. But we'll find out what he gets right here, a 5.382. Not too bad for what he had. It is 4th place, though.
He has some good moves, but, you know, again, you know, that hit right there, you can see right here in the slow motion, sideways.
Side slap. Breaks off the top 4-link.
And that'll end his night early here in the freestyle competition, but nonetheless, give it up for MJ Solorio. We'll see him next time.
Coming out here next, Cole Stevens, Thunderroarus.
Got the drop top.
Repping the same look he had in St. Louis.
Missing once again. You know, we might have this be a common theme as the events go on, but, you know, Cole Stevens looking to pick up a freestyle victory.
Cole Stevens, a good freestyler, coming out here tonight. Wanted to pick it up. Didn't quite get what he wanted in skills and racing. This is one competition he can win. It's going to be this.
He's having a nice momentum to start us out. Probably one of the better out of the drivers. A nice little slap wheelie at the end of that. But again, it's not how you start the run, it's how you finish it.
That's very true. You want to come out here and have a good run. You also want to fill time. It's a very hard thing to juggle sometimes. Only the best of the best can do it. And he might be one of them.
And, again, it's just, the luck of the draw. They always say you're playing with the cards you're dealt with, and that's absolutely true. These trucks, like we see with MJ Solorio, any little bad bounce, can just not go your way. But sometimes it's about having those lucky bounces that matter. Nice sky wheelie there.
Oh, no!
And lucky bounce, I say, there, getting sideways. Oh!
Keeps it together. Slaps the dumpster, though. They're going to keep him on. Truck looks all right.
Continue his run. That is an absolutely built truck, and it's a testament to the technicians in the back for keeping it strong, because any other day that truck probably would have broke something, but
nice
keeping it strong with 35 seconds left, and he's looking to
lines up for the 8-pack, and he lands
Beautiful rotation. He's going to back it up.
Seconds left on the clock. Let's burn it down, Colt.
Getting a little sideways there. And the truck's shutting off.
Oh.
Wonder what happened there.
Tech officials might be looking over the truck, make sure everything's all right. Could be an electrical
Either
issues.
that or he lost power. I can't tell.
70 seconds left on the clock. Will they let him refire?
And the truck is
and they
fired
will.
back up.
Time resumes. 14 seconds left for Colt Stevens.
And
nice
a big
air.
leap into a slap wheelie of some sort. Into a nice little combo.
And that will be time for Colt Stevens.
He's just going to go park it on top of the hill, asserting his dominance.
Great run for Colt Stevens. A little bit of a hiccup there, but keeps it together. Nice run. Will it take the lead? Current score to beat an 8.777 from Jamie Sullivan. It will be a new leader, an 8.803 from Colt Stevens.
Took it by just a little bit, but nonetheless having a great run. You can see right here a nice little save, albeit came at the expense of the backflip, but you can see right here another backflip with the actual backflip, I should say.
The actual backflip. Smacks the trench box and then hits the 8-pack.
And coming up next from Lafayette, Louisiana, Cody Saucier in Monster Energy.
This guy has a few freestyle wins under his belt, not during the season, but in previous Beammonsters episodes. Coming out here, maybe tries to get the same thing he tried for skills as his first hit. He really wants to get that.
I would too if, again, it's just one of those things you kind of want to practice over time, even if it's, at the expense of your freestyle run or your skills attempt, because sometimes, you don't get it in your skills run, and you somehow can get it in your freestyle run. You probably have to check yourself out a little bit, but...
That's true. Getting some practice in freestyle doesn't hurt.
He's right there probably trying to get another combo or something,
That's
maybe
right.
got a little cockeyed off of that hit, but... Right now, it looks like Cody's just a little lost in the track.
I think he's a little too focused on those skills hit. Nice hit, though. Starting to pick it up.
Starting to pick it up indeed, and that's what you like to see, hit to hit at least, but you got to pick and choose with your skills maneuvers. Cody is known to be very technical, so again, he likes to implement things like that because it is very different from a lot of different drivers.
Nice air
he's trying
from
to
Cody.
pick up the hit. Time is winding down to the 50-second mark, and you got to wonder what he can pull out of the hat.
Nice
air.
Side slap.
Getting on the two tires on the side. And we're going to see another backflip off the trench box.
Lines up for the backflip. And he
A nice
gets
rotation,
it.
a little over rotation of a bit.
Nice. Seems like there are 28 seconds left to burn it down.
And that's what you like to see.
Oh.
Nosediving it a little bit, though. Maybe try to collect himself a little bit right there. 15 seconds to work with, Cody. Come on.
Nice.
Oh, big air.
Huge air.
One of the biggest we've seen off of that jump.
Oh, gets a little cockeyed. Keep it together, Cody.
Try to maybe combo it into a stoppie there or something, but Final hit coming up.
Final hit, huge
Oh.
air, nice.
Just nails it. And the truck is in one piece. Slinging it. Great run.
That's going to be definitely a contender for first place. Score to beat 8.803. Will it be enough? It will, a 9.064 from Cody Saucier.
That's what we've been waiting for from Cody. You know, a nice strong run. Started off a little slow, but again, we've been seeing that with Jamie Sullivan too. But it's not how you start, it's how you finish, like I said, and he finished strong.
Coming out here next, Tony Oaks, Viper.
Finally able to see this body fly once again.
It's true, we did not have it in St. Louis. It's good to see this body back. Tony Oaks has a freestyle win under his belt after doing a kahuna.
And I have an odd feeling Tony. I don't know why I keep doing that. You know, sometimes I just mumble up. I keep watching the previous freestyle runs, and the runs are already still locked in my mind, I guess. But Tony looking to make his mark here once again. You know,
Nice
he did win
start.
freestyle in Indianapolis, like you said right there. Nice start. But again, you know, falling short a little bit in St. Louis, not having the performance that Tony wants, but he's looking to make his mark here.
That's true. St. Louis had a little bit of tough luck for Tony Oaks. You know, body being gone, maybe a little bit of the touch was gone, but it's going to be all back here tonight. So far, so good. Momentum is looking good. Nice little slide slap there.
Starting off similar to what Matt Cody was like, building up his runs. Getting a little bit technical as well.
Nice hit in the step up. Keeps it together.
Tony, a wild card on this series. You know, he probably might not be the guy to win the whole thing, but you know, he's a guy to really shake up the points when it counts. You know, when you got him in a really high pressure moment, he prevails, and it's showing.
Oh, look out. Getting sideways into a bicycle.
That was cool.
That was
Stopping
sick.
it before the dumpsters, though. He doesn't have to certainly back up entirely, but maybe he's going to go for the backflip right here.
And he does.
Perfect
He's a
timing.
perfect opportunity to go for it.
And we got that camera back.
Nice
That was a
into
beautiful shot.
stoppie.
Comboing it up off the moonwalk. And now he's going to let that Viper fly.
Letting the afterburners go. Got 30 seconds left on the clock. Let's see what Tony
Thrusters
has
are
left in him.
engaged. 25 seconds left. 1-2 shifting it. Huge leap off of that.
Tony getting excited here tonight. 15 seconds left on the clock. What else does he have left in store? Oh, look out!
Oh no!
Tony Oaks!
Oh.
Oh! Tough
Well,
tumble.
Thank goodness he had the body for that one, but I will say he might have topped Mike Tagliarulo on Crash Madness of the year.
Yeah, that was a rough hit. An 8.612 for Tony Oaks. That'll be enough for fourth place. Had a decent run. Possibly that ending right there might have hindered his score a little bit. Didn't quite fill time, but it was a good run nonetheless.
Coming up next, he is 2 for 2 on the night so far, looking for a clean sweep. Camden Murphy, Classroom Crusher.
You know, Camden coming out here, he does have another freestyle win under his belt. I'm saving that for a lot of drivers out here tonight, but this guy has definitely one that I remember from Indianapolis. Has a crazy, almost like a tornado-like move on the front two wheels. Huge air. Had a crazy run, and let's see what he can do out here tonight.
Typical Camden fashion start. And the lights are going. That bus is active. You know, I will say Camden Murphy showing out here tonight, and this is what you like to see normally from him, is because, you know, again, sometimes I feel like pushes the truck a little too hard in the moments, and it kind of hinders him a little too early. But when he's able to collect it all together, it just forms one beautiful thing.
Very true. When Camden has it, he has it. He builds up good runs. You know, he likes to start off a little. Likes to start off a little conservative. You know, sometimes not go super big, but after the backflip, all hell breaks loose, and that's usually how it goes. That's what happened in Indianapolis.
Having pretty much a similar start to Jamie Sullivan, but having a little bit of nicer hits and momentum in between jumps. So I'm just waiting for the last 60 seconds. And here we go. Usually about to hit that backflip
60
at
seconds
the 60
left.
second mark.
It's the backflip. Beautiful
Into the
stoppie.
moonwalk. Keeping it up.
All right, Camden, let's see something.
And now gonna let that bust loose.
Starting to feel it. Save it,
Oh
Camden.
no. Oh, he got it back
Brings
on all
it
fours.
back.
And now this is the kind of run that you like to see. It's still controlled, but he's able to pull out wow factors. 30 seconds left. Nosediving it a little bit there.
25 seconds left. See if we're going to see a big send from Camden or if he's going to try something else here.
He's looking to combo it up, maybe.
Also tries to go for the move that Matt has been trying. Couldn't quite get it.
And the final 10 seconds coming down, looking for maybe one last big hit. And there we go.
Nice leap there.
Getting a little bit cross-eyed on that hit.
And that will be time. Score to be a 9.064 from Cody Saucier. Will that be enough? It will not. An 8.688 for Camden Murphy. That'll be enough for 4th place. We'll see how that keeps him up for the rest of the night.
It's a strong run, but oddly not very high in the freestyle scoring. I mean, you can see right there he had a nice save, but you know, maybe it just came down to the expert score on side of things, but you know, at the end of the day, he still had a strong performance.
Coming out here next, Cynthia Gauthier, Lucas Stabilizer.
Cynthia having a very interesting season in the freestyle competition. You know, we saw last time in St. Louis, she had quite arguably the wildest like save attempt. I don't even know what you call it. After she hit the APAC backflip and landed it, she turned it around, sky wheeled it, and like almost cartwheeled it back on all fours, but split the planetary. But you know, she's known for some pretty wild moments.
Cynthia, when she gets into those moments, she definitely gets into them. You know, she's kind of a wild card out here. You never know what she's gonna do. She always kind of just gets moves out of nothing. Let's see what we can do here tonight. So far, so good momentum.
And again, you know, we've seen the common theme, like you said, keeping it up nicely, but we've seen a common theme with some of these drivers is that they don't want to go, you know, too hard too early because, again, some of these jumps will catch you. You just finding the right time and moment to do it. Oh, like right there.
Just as you were saying it, gets a little caught up there. Truck seems fine, but almost bit her there.
And she's able to get a full score now. She's surpassed the minute mark.
Oh,
we're getting a nice sky wheelie there.
Nice sky wheelie. Oh, keep it together.
Oh, nosedive.
Bring it back.
Rolling it.
Gets the somersault.
That's what you like to see. See, now we got a cool wow factor out the way before the backflip.
Like I said, the wild card. You never know what's going to happen with Cynthia. Comes out here with
something out of nothing.
Somersault.
30 seconds coming. And we're down to the wire.
Lines up for the backflip. Let's see what we're going to get here tonight.
20 seconds remain. Here we go.
Brings it.
Beautiful
back,
attempt. Oh no, back to back.
Save it, Cynthia. Save it.
Oh my God.
Bring it back. Go,
Save it.
go,
Save
go.
it.
Bring it.
And the planetary's locked.
No.
6 seconds going down. You know, I don't care if she even filled time completely. I still count that as a full run. That had everything.
Definitely great run, and it'll be your new leader at 9.224 for Cynthia Gauthier and Lucas Stabilizer. What a run she had here tonight. Somersaults the truck, and then gets it into a backflip, and almost saves it, but couldn't quite get it. Here's what we see right here. almost
in pure
consecutive
Cynthia fashion. Back rolling
breaks
it.
hits the brake there. I think if she didn't tap the brake, she could have got it, but maybe just got a little too much into the moment. But nonetheless, what a great run from Cynthia.
100%. I can't wait to see what she can bring to the table next event. Before we can get to that, coming from Paris, Texas, the racing runner-up, Tristan in England, JCB Diggertron.
Another man known for good freestyles, known for technical moves. Tristan England, JCB Diggertron, coming out here, looking a little hoodless.
Yep, hoodless from skills. You know, you saw that thing just plop off at will. You know, just said, I'm out of here. But that's probably because it was exhausted from pulling out of that awesome save. But Tristan, you know, definitely got his hands filled. You know, Camden Murphy definitely didn't have a strong freestyle score. You know, it is beatable, but you know, he's still holding strong on the overall points.
I think Tristan has a chance. Nice move for the first hit. I was just
getting the
about
move
to
that
say,
everyone else
holy,
was not able to.
Holy, what a move. I was going to say he is the second runner-up in racing and third in skills. If he gets a good freestyle, he might have the chance at the overall.
And that's all he can aim for right now, aside from the freestyle victory, but that's going to be hard to beat. We just saw Cynthia throw down a freestyle run.
Nice momentum
Having
so
a
far.
strong momentum. Yeah, I was about to say strong momentum, but, you know, again, the hits need to reflect that as well.
Probably just building up his run like everyone else. Nice. Oh, keeps together.
You see right here, he's just starting to build it up. Here we go.
Send it. Oh, Tristan. Oh,
somersaulting in his own
two
way
in a row.
into a wheelie.
What
Somersault
a
into a
move.
wheelie.
Second-
Alrighty.
Second somersault of the night. Burning it down. Feeling good about himself. Oh, save it. Oh.
And now we're starting to see him let loose a little bit. You know, maybe just need to get acclimated to the track a little bit more, but he already got that wow factor out the way.
Lines up for
Here
the
we go.
Morgan to Morgan backflip. Oh my god, fast
Wild
rotation. What a rotation from Tristan.
Here we go, over the hill.
Tail
And
is
there
gone.
He goes. The backhoe is gone.
Oh,
sideways.
Save it. Oh,
He
man.
kind of like Jamie Sullivan getting on the sidewalls, but leaving way more time on the clock.
Will be a 9.224. Will that be enough for the lead? It will not. A 9.057. That'll be enough for third place.
You know, leaving almost 20 seconds fully on the clock, but had the wow factors and the hits to reflect a high score. You can't be mad about that. You know, Cody having a full run completely, so, but he was really close to getting that second place position. You look at this backflip right here. Just
That was
really unique rotation.
such a fast rotation. Kind of a shocker. But coming out here next, another shocker. Coming out second in freestyle, Mike Pagarillo, Excalibur. Like I just said, second in freestyle in St. Louis. Had a crazy tumble last week, but he's back out here coming again.
I feel like I said earlier in the night that he won freestyle, and I would like to retract that statement because it completely dawned on me that Adam put out a heater for some reason. I don't know. Maybe I'm just saying that. I'm just thinking it. But
I definitely thought he doubled down too, but he won skills and he won overall last week.
got second. That's what it was.
Yeah,
okay.
He
See,
did get
that's
2
slipped
wins.
my
It was
mind.
just overall in skills.
But you know, hey, you know, he's looking to get that freestyle victory here tonight. You know, I know he's, at least in this kind of moment, you know, this is kind of just his thing. You know, I feel like freestyle is able to let this truly show who he is behind the wheel, but you know, everything else is just kind of just him just being there.
That's for sure. Definitely driving how he wants to. So far, so good. Going from hit to hit.
Hopefully that rear steer issue is resolved. It seems to be that way
That's very true.
at that moment.
A prominent
Getting
race
sideways.
issues. Doing racing. Looks like it's holding up so far.
Okay, I thought it just happened once again. No, I'm not gonna lie.
He's got it. Oh!
Huge sky wheelie.
Ow!
Oh!
It's bit hard on the back. Almost
That
pulls what
wheelie
Cynthia
bar
did.
holding on for dear life.
Cynthia did a little bit of a foreshadowing and skills there.
And we're getting with some huge air there.
Nice sleep there for Mike. Is he lining up for the backflip? Yes, he is. Let's make sure he gets
Back
it good.
it up. So make sure you get a nice clean rotation. Here we go.
Beautiful rotation from Mike Pag. Now, last time we saw him in this situation,
Oh, that transmission.
we saw him have a hard tumble, so we're about to find out.
Oh my, huge sky
Mike!
wheelie.
Oh no!
And another tumble.
Another tumble from Mike. Granted, it was not as
Wow.
violent as it was last week, but that was still pretty bad.
You know, I will say that chassis has been going through the ringer this season, leaving the same amount of time on the clock as Tristan England, so we'll see what happens here in the scores.
In 8.829, enough for 4th place. Right underneath Tristan. Not a bad run from Mike. Having a, like you said, that chassis is going through the ringer this season. Having hard hits after hard hits. Ow.
Without a doubt. Yeah, I was going to say, ow, you know, last week was a testament to what the truck can do, but this time it's hopefully the driver. And our final freestyler of the event, Adam Anderson, Gravedigger Fire and Ice.
We saw these last two last time as well. I believe. Wait, was Adam the last truck out in St. Louis or no?
I don't think so. Adam was 4th to last.
Oh wow! It felt like he was the last truck out with what kind of a freestyle he had going on.
Definitely, you would think that, you know, he had a lot on the line. Well, he did have a lot on the line at the end of the day. Points are points, but, you know, Adam has a point to prove. He's been slacking in some of the departments, it seems. You know, Indianapolis didn't go his way. You know, the front end just broke off a really bad jump that he had. St. Louis, arguably the best run he's had, you know, that I've seen. But, you know, right now, he's trying to get the points back that he's not getting in racing or skills.
So far, so good. Momentum is keeping up. The nice fire and ice body.
What you'd like to see.
Nice slap wheelie.
Just building up the run, which is what you like to see, but he's doing it in Gravedigger fashion
nice.
with huge air. Side slapping it a little bit, keeping it on the 2 BKTs.
Moves together.
And this is what you like to see from the veteran, you know. Nice moves, hit to hit, combo to combo, like right here. Beautiful. Even downsides into a wheelie.
That was beautiful. Almost downsides a wheelie on that ramp. He's going to go back and hit it.
2 shifts it. That was nice. And you guys see right here, the true Gravedigger freestyle run hit to hit, but, you know, it's just almost to a point where it's too controlled that it kind of just takes away a little bit.
I'm sure we got 45 seconds left on the clock. I'm sure Adam will change that up here in a minute as we line up for the backflip.
Last backflip of the night. And he gets it into a moonwalk.
Slap. As he sends it.
Oh no,
Oh,
just
like
sideways. MJ, what in the world?
Save it!
Save it! Oh, the top 4 lane falls out of it,
man.
and the officials saw that time. 23 seconds left on the clock. That run was surely about to be interesting.
Will that be enough? I'm not too sure. Score to beat 9.224. And it will not. 8.991 for Adam Anderson, coming out in 4th.
You see right here, the run was starting to build up, having hit-to-hit momentum was through the roof. You can see right here, it was a nice move right here, almost downsiding it completely. But that was still not enough to take the lead.
That last hit was a bit of a hard hit. As we move on to our freestyle winner, Cynthia Gauthier, Lucas Stabilizer.
And, you know, we've been saying it all night, pretty much all season. She's been the wild card and dark horse in moments. It was just a matter of moments before she got her time to shine. And here tonight, it was her time in freestyle.
What a run from that gal coming out here with a somersault, a backflip to almost a save. Hard hit right there. What a run from Cynthia. Right here, that somersault. I thought the truck was over.
Speak for himself.
But
yeah, I thought it was over too. And you can see right here, nose diving it on the front into somewhat of a wheelie. And then this awesome back-to-back roll.
Right here. Bounces, you think it's over, saves it. Planetary shreds. Bring it back and lands on a roof, but it was still spectacular at the end of the day.
One more time from the other side of the angle, you can see the planetary strips itself, and just a little bit too much gas sends her over.
Take a look at the leaderboard of our freestyle competition. Lucas Stabilizer at the top, Monster Energy in second, and JCB Digatron in third. As we move on to our overall event champion, having an 11 in racing, a 10 in skills, and a 10 in freestyle. Who do you think it is, JT?
It's going to be none other than the man himself, Tristan England, JCB Digatron. You know, last week he tied Mike Pagliarulo 31 points apiece, but this time he's taking those 31 points rightfully to himself, and he's going to beat Camden Murphy by 2 points.
A 2-point lead, as you can see right here. Camden had him in racing here. Had a little bit of a bad bobble in the last turn. Camden took the win, but eventually Tristan would take the win from him. Same thing with skills here. Honestly, I think this should have taken lead, but granted, the judges probably thought he just wasn't on the wheels long enough, but what a great save on the skills run. And then here we are in freestyle for the first hit. Nice skills move.
Consistency is key throughout the night. You know, it doesn't matter if you win a competition or not, but, you know, like you said, you know, in your opinion about him winning skills, I can have that sentiment as well, but, you know, in the experts' eyes, you know, Camden had a fuller hit than Tristan did, and I can respect that, you know, and I'm sure Tristan can too, but at the end of the night, he got the last laugh.
That's very true. I saw that, again, that quick rotation on the backflip. Crazy rotation.
And this little bounce got him a little bit tripped up and sent him over.
But as you can see, Tristan England coming back with the 31 points, taking overall. Thank you guys so much again for joining us for another commentary episode. What a show we had here tonight in Orlando. Applause to Camden Murphy for getting his first racing win of the season and his first skills win of the season. And big congratulations to Cynthia Gauthier coming home with a freestyle win. I appreciate JT for being my co-commentator here once again. JT, how do you feel about the point standings now moving into Tampa?
It's definitely shaping up to be very interesting as we are inching closer to crown a series champion. You know, Tristan England having a not even substantial lead, only like maybe about a 5-6 point difference over Camden Murphy, if that. You know, it's going to be a very tight points battle as we get closer to the end.
That's very true, as we only have 2 stops left for both Series East, West, and our Arena Series, where we will see you guys next time as we are going to Fargo for our second to last stop for our Arena Series. In other words, we will see you guys in the next one.
Peace.